Welcome back to another video, and yeah, today is your Everton match preview. Obviously West Ham United going back to the London Stadium for the first time since the Newcastle United draw, and we are facing an Everton side who are here and here kind of thing. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe you know the rest. The reason why I'm not swearing straight away is because I think my last video didn't get put out there enough. I didn't get the views that other videos may get because I swore so much in the first few seconds. So check out my match reaction to whatever the hell Olympiacos was. But we've got a bounce back, don't we? We've got a bounce back. You know, that typical phrase of, well, it's probably the biggest PR phrase you could probably think of. And we're coming up against an Everton side who, off the pitch, I mean, we have a lot of things to talk about. First of all, rest in peace to Bill Kenwright. He was a chairman at Everton for a long time, and apparently he was like an Evertonian through and through and stuff. So, listen, a period of silence has to be held at the London Stadium, in my opinion. I just think, yeah, rest in peace. Obviously, they've got the new stadium for next season, and there's rumours of a 12-point deduction for them. Now, I don't think this is going to happen, but I do have a few things to say about this. Do you remember the Super League, guys? Do you remember when people, you know, the 6 teams tried to get out of the Super League? Get out to make a Super League? Well, they got like a measly fine out of that. But they're going to deduct 12 points of Everton, and apparently that's because they're breaking FFP. The thing is, how much of breaking FFP had to have they done for it to be that bad to a 12-point deduction? Surely they didn't go over the budget that much. They've been trying to keep safe with their money as of recent. So I'm not really that convinced that that it's I'm not convinced that they've actually broken FFP that much. I just seen a West Ham fan put, you know how Twitter is the best thing for, this is my team for the next game. Now, 3-5-2 is the first thing I say. I do not want West Ham to play 3 at the back. Not only do we play it more defensively, we end up just, the wing-backs end up just being normal full-backs anyway. We end up just lumping the ball. And also the lineup in this one is Areola, Mavropanos, Zuma again. Again, shouldn't play. Sufal, Alvarez, Paquetá, Ward-Prowse, Cornet. Now, Cornet left wing-back will probably do well. We don't want to see Aaron Cresswell nor Ben Johnson. Well, I speak for myself. Unfortunately, one of them will play, unless he plays Kehrer at left-back. I didn't think Kehrer was that bad on Thursday. I don't want to see him at left-back. We saw what happened at Leeds away last year, and even at Freiburg, he didn't really play that well at left-back. Unfortunately, Emerson is suspended, one of our better players this season, and I think he's one of the few players that can hold his head high for that game against Olympiacos. He must think, after all I've won with the players that I've played with, I have to play with some of these shittos. With, like, 4-0 of Benrahma, like, listen, I'm not going to go too in, but just, come on, man. Like, enough's enough. Enough is enough. Just stop playing. Stop playing for this club. But yeah, listen, I don't want Thomas Souček to play. I don't want Thomas Souček to play this game. I think Antonio has to play, maybe. Or maybe he doesn't because of the Villa game. The thing is, guys, who do we play up front? Do we play Mbama up front? Do we just stick him up front? Because Moyes isn't going to do that. Moyes didn't even put him on yesterday. But Mohamed Kudus, do we play him as a false 9? Do we play Bowen up front? Because Bowen's been getting a lot of his goals from the right wing, but does he play like Antonio where he just drifts out wide? Because if he's going down the channels, I think him being up front would be fine, but we would need people in the box, and I guess that's where you play Souček. But I still wouldn't play him. I would just play Kudus. If it was up to me, like, obviously I'm not the manager, I don't have my badges. But if it was up to me, I'd play Maxwell Cornet and Mohamed Kudus. We need pace. We need pace and we need technical ability. Maxwell Cornet's movement is elite. That's another guy you could play up front. Maybe stick him up front. If you're not going to put Mbama there, you put Maxwell Cornet there, in my opinion. And if you're going to shoehorn Paquetá on the left and he's still going inside a bit, you need Emerson to just purely hug the touchline. You need Kudus to just play right behind the striker and let him roam in the middle. And Kudus was the only outlet that we really had against Olympiacos. And I'm sorry, I really didn't like the performance yesterday. I have not been so frustrated back to back for so long at West Ham. I walked out of my living room twice and just let my mum watch the games. Like, it was genuinely that bad. It was genuine torture, and we can't play like that at home. We started so well going away from home. Like, away against, like, Luton. We drew against Bournemouth. I didn't like the performance, but we went away to Brighton as well. We won. And we started so well away from home, and I feel like we've just gone back to last season, the way we were away from home, and the back end of 2 seasons ago, the way we were away from home. I'm very critical of the manager right now. I just thought maybe the football would improve. And the football improved for the first few games, but when it's bad, it's bad. Like, when it's bad, it's bad. Like, it's way too inconsistent. And we're not going to keep up with the likes of Villa, Brighton and Newcastle if we keep playing like this. Because Brighton seems to be handling Thursday, Sunday football quite well. Newcastle, the Champions League, I know they lost, but it doesn't really seem to be phasing them. We're doing better in Europe than most of these teams. Aston Villa probably shouldn't have lost their first game, but they battered Alkmaar as well, a team that I guess we had to be more cautious of because of a semi-final. And the thing is with David Moyes, usually when he goes to like the knockout stages of these European competitions, the tactics work usually because like you can play slow, but usually by then we have our full strength team. So there would be no Ward-Prowse and Souček midfield. Now, I know that we're going to see these midfields a lot with Ward-Prowse and Souček because he wants Souček on the end of Ward-Prowse's delivery. So he's going to force Souček down everyone every game. And when I see those two play together, there's the lack of... You're just playing down the left-hand side for creativity. Because there's no Mohamed Kudus. In my opinion, Alvarez has to play every game for balance. I really hope he doesn't get yellow carded for this game. We've got Arsenal midweek, and I had hope due to the whole Declan Rice thing, but I have no hope now. I think Arteta might go a bit stronger, maybe. If they play their second team and they still beat us, please, I give up on the whole season. But one game at a time, as they say. And listen, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but we haven't won in so long. Like, last win was Sheffield United, and the last win before that was Luton. And that was quite a long time ago now. It was nearly 2 months ago, because I was right on deadline day, and it wasn't really fitting for us. But I've talked about the transfer window before. I didn't rank the transfer window that high, because we've needed more players than what we were given. We did good business in the end, but it was still only 4 players, and we needed about 6 or 7 at least, because striker. We needed Ings out, another striker in. We needed 2 fullbacks. We needed a right back and a left back. And that's going to hurt us this season. You're going to see Aaron Cresswell play on Sunday, and you're going to want to go, my eyes, because he's so bad, and he's so old now. And he's only just come back from injury. Maybe Ben Johnson will play there. Part of me would rather Ben Johnson play there, but I don't even want Ben Johnson to play either. Like, for someone so young, you can't be this bad. And we should have... I know Southampton were interested in Ben Johnson. We honestly should have tried to, like, swap him for Kyle Walker-Peters. I think Kyle Walker-Peters should have been a guy that should not still be in a championship. He should not still be in a championship. He should be in the Premier League with a team like us. I know we've already rated them for James Ward-Prowse. We've given them Flynn Downs, but that's something else that we could have done. Maybe they want Danny Ings back. Maybe Danny Ings would like to go back. He's always welcome to go back, because listen, I think the chances that he is getting, he should be finishing. But the point is, he doesn't get enough chances in the first place, because guess what? He's a box striker. But listen, I don't think we should have signed him in the first place. He's not a bad player. But, no. Yeah. And on to Everton. Going into last season, this is the first time that we're facing Sean Dyche as an Everton player, as an Everton manager. We faced Frank Lampard twice, Big Fat Frank, and we lost 1-0 at Goodison Park, where he was giving it to us at the end. And then we ended up making him losing his job, being the final nail in the coffin. That was probably one of the more satisfying wins of last season. Not that there were many wins of last season. The most satisfying win was probably Man United at home. Yeah. Our record against Sean Dyche, I'm trying to think back. So, the season where he left Burnley, we faced Mike Jackson, the caretaker. We drew 1-1, but we drew 0-0 at Turf Moor under Burnley. The season before that, we did the double over them. In the first full lockdown season. We beat them 2-1 at their ground. Chris Wood, of course, always scored against us. And we went to when they went to our ground, we beat them 1-0. Antonio scored and did the backstroke celebration. Or the swim? No, the backstroke celebration. Wait, no, that was the Matrix celebration against Tottenham. You know, the swimming celebration he did on the floor. That one. The season before that. This is as far as I can remember, which was the 1920 season. I think they did the double over us. Yeah, they did the double over us at Burnley. They beat us on one of our first games coming back from the virus. And obviously that iconic, for all the wrong reasons, Roberto in goal. Look, thank fuck he's retired. Listen, I'm not happy about West Ham at the moment. I've been flip-flopping a lot because I'm seeing signs and I'm not seeing signs. I should have known then, even when we were winning, that Ward-Prowse and Souček in the same midfield is not working. Will not work in the long term. Everton are one of our many bogey teams as well. I know Villa beat us and we were their bogey team, and we beat Brighton and they're our bogey team, but and they haven't won in their last 2 visits, but they won 3 years ago when Calvert-Lewin scored to make it 1-0. Let's hope we can beat them. I think it'll be like a frustrating draw. I think the way they set up. I think their fans will be happy the way they set up away from home, because they set up the same as they do at home. They don't really attack at home. The way they set up away from home is perfect. They actually played quite well against Liverpool. I think both teams in that Merseyside derby were probably frustrated with the ref, and rightly so. But we probably thought we were fucked by the ref against Newcastle. I know a lot of our fans did. So maybe both teams will get fucked by the ref this week. I don't know. But the point is, you don't put it in the referee's hands. Good teams don't do that. Every team complains about the ref, and rightly so, because they are meant to be frustrated. But in my opinion, you don't leave it down to the ref, you leave it down to you on the pitch. But yeah, that is my whole Everton preview. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. I am on the road to 200 subscribers. We are 5 subscribers away. So please, can we push that before the end of the year? And go follow me on the socials, GVO Mikes, on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.